It's a gorgeous evening in the Bay Area for Game 2 of our national doubleheader as the NBA on TNT is presented by the United States Marine Corps. As you take a look at our starting lineups tonight, you'll notice in the Golden State lineup, Corey Maggette is back after being out for a couple games with an injury. Lonnie Brown will be starting for the first time at that center position for the Detroit Pistons. But Doug, when you take a look at these 10 guys, the opening matchup, which one will you watch with particular interest?
Well, Tayshaun Prince, who always draws the other team's best perimeter guy, especially at that small forward position, which is Steven Jackson.
It's our first look at the newest Detroit Piston, Allen Iverson. It's the Detroit Pistons taking on the Golden State Warriors. And Doug Collins.
Well, Kevin, I think right now the Detroit Pistons are still adjusting to the speed at which he plays. So used to Chauncey Billups with that rhythmic approach to playing in that backcourt. They're such a rhythm team, and now his speed has come into this lineup, and they're adjusting. And really the guy who's adjusting the most is Rip Hamilton. He's getting the same. Remember Paul Pressey in Milwaukee. He's always learned to have that guy who can create on the top of the floor from the forward position.
Over Ansabuki, good shot there by Rip Hamilton, who has, as we said before, really been struggling, like 27% from the field with AI on the team. Maggette loses it, bumping into Brown. First turnover for the Golden State Warriors. And here comes Tayshaun Prince, and he plays the point forward for Detroit.
Well, you're going to see him on the top of the floor. Leader of the team, and just
for Iverson in this game has not attempted a shot and draws the defensive Watson for two.
I think the one thing about the Detroit Pistons is, they've not been a great running team in the past. They've been very much a half-court team. So with Allen Iverson, you're going to see him out there pushing the ball, and I think the tempo's going to go up. But they have to.
Here's Wallace, a good shot. Big man from outside, and shot down over Maggette, knocking down a three. In fact, he's right back on the middle floor of the Utah Jazz in terms of guys 6 or other taller that hit the three-point shot with effectiveness.
This defensive pressure now for the Pistons, they're going to have to do a better job of pressuring the ball.
Tonight, Iverson inside on Ansabuki.
That's the Detroit Pistons now. They're going to have to do more of that. They've not been a team that's created turnovers and got out and ran, but they have speed now. Rip Hamilton and
closing on a 7-2 run. Pistons led early to zip. Golden State built their lead as large as 7. Second quarter awaits as Golden State leads 23-21 on TNT. Here's Allen Iverson on top, and Rasheed. That's the five out there for the Pistons. Is down to 4. AI for 3. He parries it from outside. Allen Iverson, a career 31% three-point shooter.
Golden State is switching that pick and roll with Iverson and Rasheed Wallace to take away that little rollout and shooting the three. That time Iverson had a mismatch and knocked in the long jump shot.
And State lead. Hendricks with 10. AI with 10.
Shots is a big man on the perimeter.
Iverson picked up by Watson. And AI just blows right by him. Iverson now with the Piston high 9. 4 of 9 shooting.
And he's had about 3 point blank shots in the lane that he's missed. Iverson easily could have about 7 field goals right now.
Jackson. And the flow is on him. Looking for Beatrice, knocked away. Has not scored in the fourth quarter after putting in 13 in the third. A 3 by Wallace. Watson in with the plays up. That's a 3, a triple by Rasheed Wallace, and the Pistons lead by 1.
That's what he does against that zone defense. He will spread you out, and Allen Iverson knew exactly where he was on the floor.
Plus 12 from three-point territory. Jackson wants Iverson. Screen by Prince. Wallace for 3 over Watson. Again! Rasheed Wallace is knocked down 2 consecutive triples. 9-1 Detroit run, and Wallace is off it.
This is what Rasheed Wallace does. He'll break your heart if you're the opponent. He steps out, he line me back the next time, knock down another 3. You talked about his prowess out there from behind that 3-point line. And that's exactly what he does. Hits big shots. Rasheed Wallace to play him in the post.
And Iverson, CJ was over there doubling. That leaves open at 3. That's the second triple pumped in by Iverson in the second half.
That's the old money play they used to run with Chauncey Billups. Curl Rip Hamilton off the Rasheed Wallace pick. If the point guard helps, kick it out and let Billups shoot the 3.
Little mid-range shot by
This is an easy dunk right there. Always seems to add up. This is an easy dunk right there. Always seems to add up.
Watson watching Iverson. The eye closed by him. Allen Iverson. Iverson with 20. That's what he's averaging this season. A career 28. Beatrice the screen on Prince for missed three by Jackson. Picked up by Watson over Hamilton. Missed the three. Rebound by Prince. Who had a career night rebounding. That is his 16th rebound. The reason we were here tonight was because of Allen Iverson. First time in a Pistons uniform.